too.
Just when it comes up. Hey, what's up with Sean Baligian?
What up? This is Joique Bell here on the Baligian and Bell show.
Make sure you check us out on the Woodward Sports Network. So what is up Wednesday morning, just a couple days before Christmas? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all of that to each and every one of you. Joique Bell, Sean Baligian, so many things going on today. He's chilling like a villain, ta-da. Did I say that right?
Ta-da.
Ta-da?
Yeah.
I think I got it right.
We chilling Wednesdays. We chilling Wednesdays.
Look at that. Look, you know what?
Did you wear it again?
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm gonna cover it though.
Did you wash it though?
Heck no.
Okay.
No way.
No way.
Cause you know what? It's never gonna be warm again after. I mean, who's kidding who? You're not wearing yours again. No way. No way.
I'll wear it again.
I'll wear it again next year. How's
Next
that?
year.
I'll keep it someplace safe and I'll wear it again next year.
But-
Good morning, Jenna. Sam said, "Let's go." Always a pleasure. Darren, morning, Sean and Joique. It's a busy morning, dude.
It is. You know what it is? Corey, Sean, my Grammy Whammies told me to tell you guys, hi, what's up, good morning, because she's tuning in, but she said she didn't want to say anything because she's in town now. So
Much love to Grammy Whammy.
Yeah.
You have the best Christmas ever. Nothing like being together with your family, and it
Nothing
sounds
like
like
it.
that's what you guys are doing, Joique.
Nothing like it.
NBA started last night. Pistons start tonight.
Yes,
we
sir.
have so many things to take care of as well. All right, so during the show today, this is what we're going to do. We have a $100 gift certificate to give away to Arkin Barbecue. All right, so at some point in time, one lucky viewer is going to win a $100 gift certificate. We'll do that before we're off today. Of course, we're on till 1 o'clock today. So many good things happening here at Woodward Sports. We have some more shows that are going to start popping all over the place. We are going to be, I've been told that we are going to be live on Twitter starting next week as well. Just found that out this morning. I did not know that.
Live on what?
We are going to be live on Twitter as well starting next week.
Twitter has a live?
Yeah. Yep. I know, right?
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, there you go.
So I
So
was tech savvy, guess not.
no,
Guess not.
no, thank you. So starting next week, we appreciate you on Facebook. We appreciate you on YouTube. We're also going to be on Twitter, and that way we can all have some conversations. And we're going to be taking calls, having special guests on the big board up there as well. I know Joique's got a few special guests that are planning to join us.
A few.
Coming up.
I got a few.
A few.
I got a few.
His Rolodex is pretty
few.
tough to beat. There's no doubt about that. Listen, again, while we're taking care of business, if you didn't know, Art, who does a tremendous job doing so many things around here, Art and Joique have a little event going on tonight at 8 o'clock. Tell the people about what's going on.
All right, so tonight we have our battle, our Lady James, our Woodward Sports Network, Battle of the Best on Call of Duty. And so what it is, Art has his team in. I've always talked about Call of Duty. He caught wind of it. So he challenged me, and I don't back down from any challenges. And so it's gonna be tough though, because he has two PC players. And usually when you have the PC, it's like the computer monitor, and they play on that. And so it's like a millisecond, it's like a half a second difference between you seeing the person in front of you. And so it's gonna be tough. So we're gonna have to do some real deal strategizing. But I got some ringers though. But we're just playing on the regular TV. And so people who play the game, who are real gamers, they know the difference between a PC player. There's no lag. Everything is like, you know. And when you play on TV and with your regular Wi-Fi, it's like sometimes you'll lag and you can be shooting somebody and they end up over here and then it'll glitch. And so we just got to strategize well, but I think it's going to be a good game.
I'm looking forward to it. Like we're gonna chill out. I have a little tradition with my daughter.
Yeah.
We watch White Christmas, just a kind of a daddy-daughter thing.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that this afternoon, and we're kind of planning to have it finished right around 8 o'clock, so we can check in and check that out. So
For sure.
no doubt about that.
I mean, everybody's tuning in for it. It's at 8 o'clock EST, so you can watch it anywhere in the world. Actually, we'll be on Woodward Sports at Twitch. So go on Twitch, you'll be able to stream. We'll follow our stream on that, and then also I think we'll be on IG Live as well. I think.
Good.
Not for sure.
Outstanding.
Yeah. I mean,
So check it out. I mean, there's so many fun things going on here. I mean, this is great. Art's been talking trash. There's just no other. Art is the master at talking trash. And Joique, you've been pretty quiet about things.
I mean, yeah,
You've been pretty quiet about things.
I don't really do too much talking, right? I talk enough though. If he, he's been very respectful. But we got another guest. Look at that.
Somebody special in here. We'll just say hi to the special person in here.
up,
Hi,
Joey?
special person, and
Was you
Merry
on time
Christmas
today,
to the
Joey?
special person. All right? Take care, special person. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right, so listen. This is the interesting thing about this. Lots of stuff to do today. I got to mention as well, don't forget our barbecue show is starting after the 1st of January. We're going to be in here doing an hour show. We're going to cook things ahead of time, and then we're going to tell you how we did it, and we're going to have what we like to call is the reveal, and then we're going to share our barbecue with everybody here. That's the way it goes. I love cooking. I already started, Joique. Like last night.
You were showing me your turkey.
Yeah, I got my turkey. He's in his underwater abode. He's in his underwater abode right now.
All right.
Have a sweet sleep, Mr. Turkey.
Yeah, so he showed me this big bucket. He had the turkey in it. He had the bay leaves. He had the peppercorn.
Peppercorns?
He has some
Kosher salt?
Yeah,
Yep.
some salt in there. How many cups?
I have 3 cups in there. I mean, the rule of thumb is for every quart of water, 1 cup of salt. So I had 3 quarts of water in there and one cup of salt.
All right. So where did you get this recipe for like marinating your?
My buddy, who is an actual butcher, kind of gave me the heads up, and I'm telling you, it makes for the juiciest, tastiest turkey you'll ever eat. Honest to God, I did it on Thanksgiving, and there wasn't one person there that didn't say, "What did you do to that turkey?" And for me, like part of it as well, Joique, is I'm one of those guys. I got my Creole butter.
Right.
I inject each breast.
You open the blinds?
I inject each wing. I inject each drumstick. It added flavor in there. I'm telling you, it comes all together. Smoke it, put it in the oven. I'm gonna do the traditional with that because my smoker is gonna be full with other stuff.
Right.
So I'm just gonna put that bad boy in the oven. I'm telling you, make sure you get that temp to 165. Gotta get it. You get that temp to 165, juiciest turkey you'll ever eat. I swear by it, honestly.
I think they were being nice. I think they're being nice to you.
You think so?
I think they're being nice.
You know what? I wish I could make you one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make you one.
Okay.
No, but you don't eat turkey.
Yeah.
So
But-
I can't prove it to you.
No, but you can, give
All right,
it to me.
I'll make.
I'll give it.
You know what? I promise you, I'll do one.
I'll take some to my mom. And
When we fire this up, I promise you, I'll do one. It is just, it's that moist, just good flavored turkey. Because how many times? No offense, but how many times have you been to one of your relatives' house and you get that turkey that's all dry? I don't want that damn dry turkey.
Right.
I want some moisture. I want some flavor in there, right?
You like jerk turkey?
Love jerk turkey. Anything jerk. That is one of my favorite things. I've done jerk wings. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah.
Set you up for that one.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my buddies and I, we went through a jerk phase. We did jerk shrimp. We did jerk pork. We did jerk chicken. We did jerk wings. Love it. Absolutely love it. Brining is the best. Did that to my turkey this Thanksgiving. Lynn, you are absolutely 1,000% right. What's your cooking YouTube, Sean? It's called Sean on Sports. Like I tweet things out. We tweet our videos out. Follow me on Sean P. Bally. We make videos, how-to videos, simple things. Like Joique, the other day we made steak tartare. I don't know if you know what steak tartare is.
No idea what steak tartare is.
Phenomenal. It's basically, think about it.
Everyone in the studio is looking like, yeah.
Raw steak. Raw steak.
It's raw steak.
Chop it up, put an egg in there, put a bunch of seasonings in there, and you make it like into a big pate. It's phenomenal. It's high-end appetizer.
You cook it?
Nope.
You just eat raw steak.
You got it. Trust me.
We're going to challenge you to a vegan cook-off. The vegan food will be better.
Yeah, I know it will. It definitely would. And you can eat that raw and not die. So I take that. Yes.
Tom said, will the new NHL divisions bring us back to old-time hockey where the teams hate each other? I hope so. We need, especially around here, need that rivalry again. I want to make sure, gosh, there are so many. Do you guys think the NCAA got the Final Four for football right? Joique and I both disagreed with the Final Four yesterday. No, you cannot tell me that they got it right. No disrespect to Notre Dame, had a heck of a year, but you're telling me the ACC championship meant nothing? No, can't do that. And you can't tell me that a team like Cincinnati or a team like BYU, who looked so good last night, Zach Wilson, who will be a top 5 pick. Remember I said that. Yeah. That guy's going top 5. Can't tell me that BYU didn't deserve a shot, Cincinnati didn't deserve a shot. That's why it's flawed. D2, like we talked about yesterday.
D2.
Follow the D2 mold, right?
Hey, you know what, man? I think it's the most organized and the best way to do it. It gives every kid an opportunity to live out their dream, man. Every kid wants the opportunity.
Yep.
All right, and who are we to say, no, you don't deserve it? But yet we say, no, it's not fair to the kids. How is it not fair for the kids to go out there and play for their dream, play for opportunity? Because, you know, we have that underdog story. We always have that one Cinderella team. You know, so we've seen it before.
Yep.
We've seen it.
Absolutely lived it.
We've seen it. And so that's the great thing about this sport. The people at the top can't make the decision at the D2 level. It's the players making decisions on the field.
On the field. And I'll tell you what, you know, one thing that we talked about, I'll reiterate it, I'm very passionate about it. Drop the in the best interest of the student athlete crap. Just drop it. Nobody buys it anymore, because at the end of the day, if you're telling me that you can't have a playoff in the D1 because it's unfair to the D1 athlete, then I'm going to shoot right back at you. Oh, so are you telling me the D1 athlete is more important than the D2 athlete? Mm-hmm. Because they work a playoff very well. 28 teams, they're seeded. The top 4 seeds in each region get a first round bye. And then after that, you do the math. 16 teams left. It's beautiful. It works wonderfully. And as Joique said, what every single player wants, and quite frankly, I would hope that every fan would want, let them settle on the field. Don't tell me what you think is going to happen. I don't want to hear one more damn thing about the eye test, okay? Stop it. Drop it. It means nothing. Let the boys settle it on the field.
Let the boys play.
Right?
Let the boys play. So it's kind of funny because during the game when I played, we can never talk to the refs. But when I go to my kids' games or my nephew or my little cousin's football games or basketball, I can talk to the refs a little bit. We can talk to them. You know, get your glasses. You're missing a good game. get your glasses on. You know, you can talk. Let the boys play. You know, I can talk a little bit more. You know, it's kind of fun. You know, and it's all in good cheer.
Yeah.
You know, but I enjoy it, man. I enjoy being able to talk to the refs a little bit. And this is kind of a similar thing. Like the people at the top, let the boys play. Let them play. Yeah.
All right, so a couple things that we're going to hit on some Christmas Day plans, ask everybody what they're doing. Obviously want to talk about the Pistons tonight. They get underway with the T-Wolves. Full disclosure, I watched some basketball last night, but I was dialed into the BYU game, I'm not going to lie, because I've kind of been on the Zach Wilson train for a few weeks now. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't heard of the kid, he's going to be a high draft choice. Just accept it. Remember I told you that. All my buddies who are scouts have been salivating over this guy. One of my buddies told me he thinks he is clearly the number 2 best quarterback out there. I think most people are putting Trevor Lawrence at number 1. A lot of people are putting Justin Fields at 2. And maybe somebody else. One of my buddies who I trust said second best quarterback in the draft. So we'll see how that rolls. In case you missed it, and we'll get into the basketball stuff. See, we plan a show, and our fine producer, Kennedy, does a great job kind of laying things out for us. The Kennedy cheat sheet right here, right? Can you get a zoom in on that? But things happen. In case you missed it, the Lions have a serious problem with COVID right now. NFL Network already reporting that Darrell Bevell and most of the defensive coaching staff are considered close contacts to COVID-19. So right now, and I'm reading verbatim from a story that Kyle Meinke from MLive put out. Kyle's a great dude. You know Kyle? Great dude. Kyle Meinke. It remains unclear who will be able to coach the team on Saturday against Tampa. An NFL spokesman told MLive that the game remains on for Saturday. Now, let's wait and see, Corey with a K, if that's the case. Like, they're going to get the game in. That's the one thing that the NFL has shown. They might move you to Wednesday like they did that Steelers-Ravens game. Right. They're going to get the game in. But I guess I'll ask you, Corey, how concerned should we be right now that they're actually going to kick this game off at 1 o'clock on Saturday?
I think we should be very concerned. This is the second time this week that Bevell has pushed back a press conference. He pushed back his 11 a.m. press conference today till 1:30, and then this news came out. So it's looking like they're scrambling to, I'm not reporting any breaking information. It just, on the outside looking in, looks like they're trying to scramble to figure out a solution now that they've pushed back his second press conference and due to the COVID reason. So I'm thinking it could be flexed.
What's going on in your brain as a player, Joique? I mean, you're hearing all this stuff. Your coaches are down. A guy from the practice squad is being reported as one of the guys that tested positive, and we wish him the best. Anthony Pittman from the W, heck of a linebacker. I got a chance to call all his games. But what's going on in your mind? You guys are trying to focus on Tampa coming in. You got all this outside distraction crap going on. What's going on in your mind right now?
You know, it's when you're a player, in most circumstances, we learn to put the distractions in the rearview mirror. Now, when it comes to like a pandemic like what we're in now, your number one concern is your family and making sure you're protecting your family. So it's tough to say put this in the rear view because like this is in the locker room. Like your lockers are right next to one another. And so with that being said, I'll be a little concerned. I'll be a little concerned for sure. And so I don't think saying that this game will be delayed is too far-fetched, but I think it'll be in the best interest to delay the game until they can figure out who has it, who's contracted it, who's been in close contact, test everyone again, and then go from there. But until everything is figured out, and I think they have no option. There's no other options, and that's probably another reason why they're pushing the press conference back to try to figure out more answers. Because the people want to know, and the way that the game is now, I mean, a lot goes into it.
Can you imagine taking the field, Joique, and not having any of your coaches there? Like, think about that. Like, honestly, can you? How on earth? Like, how do you do that?
And that's where. That'd be interesting. That'd be the first time. Right? That'll be the first time.
Nobody's there. I mean, and we might be looking at a situation like that. Now, it's still early. We'll wait for more information, but I tend to agree with both of you. If you're looking forward to a game on Saturday, and some of us have to work on game day, Corey will be down at the field, kickoff, of course, pending. I'm on the air 3 hours before the game. Yeah, I already told my family this morning, Dad might have Saturday off. Might be in the key and operative word. I might have Saturday off. So yeah. It's worth keeping an eye on, especially, over the holidays too, man. We were talking about it yesterday, even before this stuff kind of blow up. You got so many different moving parts. I always felt sorry for athletes in a week like this because you guys are so professional and focus on the task at hand, but you have family coming in. You got the kids. You have so many different moving parts. You don't need one more distraction, man.
You don't. You don't need any more distraction. But this is, like I said, 2020 has been a difficult and confusing year, a very unique year. And I won't say unique, just it's been a devastating year. And so it's going to be, in order for the economy to keep moving forward, we have to figure out ways around it. But I don't think you rush to fail.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think you need to rush to fail. I think this is the time we have to sit back and be, strategical with it. And you have to figure out the best way to be able to give the people what they want, the fans what they want, and also protect your players. And so it's going to be interesting to kind of see what they do or what they come up with. I'm curious to see.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. That's going to be a developing story all day long. And, I think everybody and their brother, I don't care what happens. I mean, I say it all the time. I'm never going to turn on the Lions, ever. Whether I'm working, whether I'm just sitting at home. I know some people go, what does it matter? The season's over, 1957. Great, I get it, all of it. I don't blame you for your frustration. But I'm always going to chime in when they're on. So keep an eye on that. And I think for guys like you and I, Corey, that puts everything up in the air. Like, am I leaving at 9 in the morning, or am I staying home? I don't know. I have no idea, right? Always like to take care of the people. You guys are so cool. How you chime in during the course of the show. And again, we're going to get to technology. If you want to call in, you want to chat with Joique, you want to tell me what an idiot I am and how you disagree with me or whatever, we've got that technology. But in the meantime, what's so cool about that is how interactive this medium is. And sometimes people throw out a question. Demetrius has a question for you, Joique. I'll read it to you. Joique, go back to 2014. You guys finished 11-5. Wild card game against the Dallas Cowboys. What's going through your mind when you lose that game and you realize the season is over? And before you answer, you and I have talked about this many times. That was a special team and a special defense.
Yeah.
It sucks to play the what might have been game, but we're all going to play what might have been. But I'll let you answer.
When that game was over with, we all had mixed emotions. We felt like the game could have went the other way. We felt like we could have played better. We felt like the game shouldn't have been that close to where we can leave it in the refs' hands, and that's kind of what we did. We left it in the refs' hand, and we know that whenever we play, we have to have a significant lead or have the game put away to be able to take the refs out of the game. For some reason, it seems like calls don't go our way, especially in big games. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to get into all of that, but after that game, I really felt like it was Detroit versus everybody. As you saw in my interview the day after the game, when we were clearing out our locker, and we're really at home, like, wow, this is our opportunity to really, do something, and I felt like it was stripped from us. But yeah, man, we felt like we should have been playing a lot longer than what we did.
I say it all the time. By the way, always like to get the shout-outs. Anthony LaFata, what's up, gents? What up? Sean, who spells his name the right way, my saying is once you go fried or smoked with turkey, you never go back. My man right there. Joique, I know everybody talks about the picked up flag, okay? I was as ticked off as everybody else. Yeah. I was, okay? Yeah. That is an opinion. That is the referee's discretion, okay? Right. The thing that I don't even like to think about it. I can feel my blood pressure. The thing that pissed me off the most was Des Bryant. That is a penalty 100% of the time. That is not an opinion. That is not a referee's discretion. A guy taking off his helmet on the field, running on the field with no helmet on, that is a penalty 100% of the time. So it's funny, and Corey, I don't know if you've, over the years, you've had these conversations. Everybody goes back to the picked up flag. I'm not saying I like it. I'm not saying I agree with it. Any of that, okay? But that is a referee's discretion type of thing. And if he decided, hey, I'm going to screw the Lions, then he screwed the Lions. The Des Bryant helmet, that is not, there's no debate. That's a penalty. Period. End of story. And so I think about it, and I still
three
get so
calls
ticked
blue.
off.
You have that, the pass interference at the ball,
yep,
and then also the defensive holding at the beginning of the play.
Yeah.
And so it's three different, and we didn't have the challenge flag where you can go and challenge if it's a pass interference or not, because 9 out of 10 times, so 10 out of 10 times you review that's going to get overturned, and yep, it's going to be a pass interference. So for us, I mean, we came out flat the second half. We ran the ball better in the first half. I think our defense played well. They played, they played really well. We almost had them fourth and it was 4th and goal, and they went for it. Almost stopped them there. They got in the end zone. But our defense played really well, and offensively we just didn't do what we had to do to win that game. And I put that on the offense. I put that on us. And so it was tough, man, to swallow that pill and go home and pack up your locker. And you're in your locker grabbing all your stuff and packing it. And some guys are leaving some stuff in there because they know they're going to be back. But some guys, they packing up everything. You don't know what's going to happen, And we knew then that we had to win now.
Yep.
Because we knew that the team was going to be different the upcoming year, and boy, was it different.
That window was small.
That window was small. It was a 24-month window.
Yep.
It was a 24 months. So we went 7-9 and 13, and then we knew we had to win the following year. We went 11-5, and that was our opportunity. We knew that. I mean, we were stacked. I think we had our defense was going back and forth with the first and second defense in the league. I think they set a Lions record with rushing defense. I think no team rushed more than. Well, we had an average of 60-some yards a game rushing. I mean, our defense was playing lights out.
Austin was tremendous.
Lights out.
I mean, and he kind of became a hot name for a while.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Did a great job with that defense.
Yeah.
Aaron Rogan said, "Good morning." Good morning, Aaron. Appreciate you joining us. Hey, don't forget, one of you guys today, one of you guys or gals, are going to win a $100 Arkins barbecue giveaway. Thank you to Arkins for being a part of what we do here at Woodward Sports. So at some point in time today, I'm going to put the man on the spot. And I'm just going to say, Joique, give me a number between 1 and 5. And whatever number he says, I'm going to look down on here and go, all right, the 4th message that I have on there, congratulations to so-and-so. You're going to win the $100 gift certificate. Is that cool? Is that all right? So if you're participating in the show, guess what? You're going to increase your chances of winning. Obviously, for me, I already started with my Christmas preparation. Last night was my first go. I told you, I put my turkey in its underwater abode, is what we're calling it. Today, I make Grandma's special recipe, my late Grammy Whammy. I make Grandma's special recipe Chex Mix. That's what I'm going to do when I go home. She made the crackiest Chex Mix. I don't know if you guys like Chex Mix. She made the crackiest Chex Mix. And I was like, what do? You have to tell me. And she said, I'll tell you one day. So God love her, as she was on her way to passing and everything. She wrote down the recipe. And she said, don't you share this with anybody. It's yours. You're the only one that asked me. And I was like, got that right, Grandma. So yeah, that's.
Are you going to pass it down to anyone?
I'll pass it down to my daughter probably one day.
One day?
Yeah, because that's my kids hit me up. They're like, this morning my daughter was up and she goes, Dad, are you making Chex Mix today? I go, we'll eat some Chex Mix while we're watching White Christmas. Don't worry about that. We'll make some Chex Mix.
Okay.
But it's go time for me. I got my brisket. I got to get my brisket all prepped tonight. I'll have that on the smoker first thing the 24th. What's it like for you? What's going on? I know you said Grammy Whammy's in town. You got a bunch of family coming in. Yeah. All right, so what do you got going on? Walk me through the next couple days at the Bell House.
So today we are decorating the house.
Okay.
So I usually wait for the family. So what I did was I put the tree up, put the lights on, and that was it. And so the family comes down, we decorate the tree. We have so my mom was cooking tonight. Nothing major, just something to kind of, just something tonight. I have my aunt and uncle coming in town. I have my sister coming out, my niece and nephews. I have my grandmother, grandfather, and my aunt already in town. They came in last night. My mom and dad, niece and nephew came in. My little cousin came in town last night. So I have a house full right now with another half coming in today. And then I have more family coming in. I have my other sister coming in on Christmas Day.
That's awesome.
All right, with my niece and nephew. So it's gonna be fun and festive time at the Bell residence. So excited.
That's awesome.
Excited.
Oh, it's you know what? I've been very blessed. Some of you may know this. My father has stage 4 cancer, and if you would have told me a year ago at this time that he would still be here, I'd have never believed it. Never in a million years. And the mere fact that my dad's still here and we get to have one more Christmas with him is just it's the best.
Right.
And unfortunately, far too many of us have been through it. You know, the doctor said, can't do anything. Like, you know, hey, that's the way it is. And cancer's such a, pardon my language, bitch. Many of you have had to deal with it. That's one thing that is awesome is my dad is getting another Christmas. Because no way did we think it was going to happen last year. No offense, Dad, if you're watching. Maybe you didn't even think it was going to happen. But the fact that we got my dad one more Christmas, it's a beautiful thing.
Great.
And he's at the point where the COVID thing, his mentality is, what's it going to do, kill me? Like, and it's kind of funny, you know, as morbid as it sounds, but that's where he's at. You know, he's horribly at risk. Yeah. But he's made it known. I want to be around my kids. I want to be around my grandkids. Yeah. I'm dying anyway. You know what? I want to be, and so much respect in that regard. You know, so that's pretty cool. And you know, he's funny too. He's like, "What are you cooking?" Like he asks me all the time. He's like, "What are you doing?" Because I'm the cooker in the family, you know, and everything.
Yeah, so, but you cook you cook like the entrees. Like who does the sides? Your wife does the sides.
My wife does that. She's got she does cheesy potatoes.
That's your favorite.
I love. Gosh, they're so good. She sprinkles crack on that too. A lot of crack in my house. It's amazing how that works. Yeah. She does like one thing of dressing, and then I do like my Cajun dressing. Right. You know,
you put all the seasoning and you spice it up.
Yeah, I put a little sausage in there too. I sneak in. I sneak in some sausage.
I've never been a dressing guy though.
Really? Oh, dude.
I'll eat it, but I'm not. That's not like I must have. It's like, I'll dab at it. You know, it's cool.
All right. So you know New Orleans, right?
Right.
You know andouille sausage, right?
No.
It's kind of like that Cajun-y sausage.
Right.
I chop it up really fine. I mean, really fine, almost like ground beef, and I fry that up in a pan, and I fire it in and mix it up in the bowl. Just gives you that extra kick.
The extra kick.
It's good. Trust me. Trust me. It is.
About a year and some change ago, I would have tried it. About a year and some change.
You're gonna flip again, though, right?
Oh no.
I want to make you a big steak. I want to make you a big steak. What do you like? Ribeye? New York strip? What do you like?
I like the
filet.
I like the porterhouse because it has the T-bone and the filet in there.
Pretty hard to argue.
Oh, yeah, I like the porterhouse.
So good. We'll flip you. What do you got going on? I'm gonna ask all you guys. Corey, what do you got? What's the Christmas tradition for you?
Normally for the family, we would just get up together on Christmas Eve, and everybody will go ahead and exchange their gifts, and we'll just exchange our gifts. Because on Thanksgiving we pull names, and then on Christmas Eve we'll all go to my mom's house and exchange gifts, and then Christmas Day everybody just does what they want to do. If somebody cooked, go ahead and go by and grab a plate and go back home. But that's really the Christmas tradition for us.
Now I got to ask you, because this came up the other day and I had so many people talking about it. The NBA has tried to own Christmas, and it's worked for a lot of people. My Christmas Day is so busy, and I think you were the same way. I don't get a chance to watch, you know, with a couple kids, and we're going over to Grandma's house, or we're going and doing this. Have you been able to make that part of your Christmas Day tradition?
Absolutely. That's all I do. Because like I said, we meet up on Christmas Eve. So Christmas Day, as soon as that first game tip off, I'm glued all day. I mean, I might, if a store is open and I'm thirsty or something, I might run to the store during halftime and grab me a snack or something, or go to my mom's house. She's like 10 minutes away, go grab a plate. But outside of that, NBA games all day.
Wow. I wish I could. There's so many moving parts for me. Especially like since the kids, and you guys will find out, Joique, I know you know what this is all about. There's like the tug of war with all your relatives that if they can't make it over your house on Christmas Eve, they're like, well, I want to see Jack and Lauren. Can you bring Jack and Lauren over? Can you do this? And it's one of those things like, Joique, like honestly, it's like, I finally got to the point, look, you guys are all more than welcome to come at my house at some point in time, but you can't drive all around town. Like I was talking to Kennedy, and Kennedy's like, well, I'm going here, and then I'm going there, and I'm going there. And it's like, at some point in time, it happened when my boy was like 2. I was like, no more. This is it. Like Christmas isn't fun when I have to go to 4 different places, man.
Right. And so for us on Christmas morning, we wake up random times. And so our kids, my niece and nephews, my kids are a little bit older now, and so they're not waking up at that 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock anymore. Let's open presents. We might open presents around 10, 11 o'clock. And then for like the next hour, we're cleaning up all the wrapping. And then the next hour or two is, ooh, play with me with this, or Daddy, look at me, or Uncle, hey, Uncle, come in here. 'Cause, you know, and you making TikTok videos with my niece. She loves dancing. You guys meet her tonight when we have the I'm gonna bring it back up here with me for
brilliant. Excellent.
for the game tonight, and then
8 o'clock tonight. Don't
8
forget.
o'clock tonight. Tap in with us. Bring it back up here for that. My nephew, he want to play wrestle, fight with me all the time. He tried to like test his strength against me, so I have to show him like, no, I'm still Uncle Joique. I know I'm retired, but I still got it. He's in college playing football now, so he thinks, you know. And then I'll get him pinned down. Then and he'll call for my son to come help him. And my son, I'm not getting in that. My son, I'm not coming over there. And my son is smart enough to know. But we really sit around. We just have family time, that bonding time. It's a lot of fun. And then we usually have like some type of movie night at night. I mean, after we finish eating, we'll have dinner. And then as the night kind of settles down, we'll turn the fireplace on, put a movie on, or we'll go upstairs to the theater and watch a movie up there. And it's a bar. Right? We just
Beautiful.
relax.
Isn't it beautiful? Not like family, man.
Yeah, nothing like it. Played pool last night. You know, my little cousin said, oh, you know, he beat my grandma. So I wasn't gonna play him at first. He beat my niece, and then he beat my grandma. And so when he beat my grandma, I said, okay, I'll play you now. I'll play you in pool now. So I played him in pool, and I spanked him. The first game, I left him with all his balls on the table. And then the second game, I let him get down to like 2. And then I took it away after that.
I love it.
Yeah, it was good though. This is the type of stuff that as players we don't get enough of when we're playing, right?
Amen.
We don't get enough of, right? And so when we have time to sit, so I'm a homebody, obviously. So when I'm at home, I love to be around my family. I love to build these traditions because like my mom is the matriarch, and like I'm like that glue that keeps everything together, right? She's like the matriarch, like everybody wants to be around her. She's gonna cook, she's gonna clean, she's gonna do all that fun. Like she's gonna make sure my life is easy when I come home to a peaceful household. I'm a neat freak, I'm a germaphobe, so when I'm home, everything has to be a certain type of way. I don't like for things to be, I don't like for things to be out of place. If you grab my pen and my pen is sitting like right here, when you give it back to me, I don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
want it. Like, is that where you got it from? Is that where you got it from? You know, come in the house, shoes is in the laundry room.
Yeah.
Can we line the shoes up, please? Can we line them up? Can we be neat? You know, I'm that guy, right? I'm that guy. And so for me, I sit back, I kick it with the family. My grandpa goes around the house fixing stuff all day.
Love it.
I love it. So it's
beautiful.
It's chill. Hot chocolate, we chilling.
It's funny you say something. You know the movie Lethal Weapon. I'm sure you've seen Lethal Weapon, right? I'm the oldest cousin in my family, so if any of my cousins are watching right now, they know exactly where I'm going with this. Mel Gibson's character says at the end, before he has the big fight with Gary Busey at the end of the movie, he's all crazy and he looks at Gary Busey and he goes, "You want a shot at the title?" Yeah, that's what I say to every one of my cousins every year. We'll be a few drinks in, and like I'll walk up to them all crazy and I'll go, "You want a shot at the title?" Meaning you want to go outside and wrestle. They'll go, "No, you're crazy. I want nothing to do with you," and stuff like that. So it's fun, like we're really gonna go outside and fight and everything, right? But it's I love to do that because for me, Joique, and for you as a professional athlete, now as a businessman who has so many things going on, I don't get a chance to see these people as much as I'd like to.
Yeah.
And especially in a year like this where, look, the reality is there are going to be some people that aren't coming over to your house. I mean, normally I have 40 people over my house. This year there's, I think, 12. Mm-hmm. I think we got 12 people coming. Yeah. So it's going to make it all that much more important to spend some quality time with them,
It is.
And be safe. So that's the way it goes. Listen, when we come back, we got some bills to pay. As I always say, listen, these people that are jumping in with us, thank you. Please support the people that support us. When we come back, Pistons, fire it up tonight, taking on the Timberwolves. What are you excited about with the Detroit Pistons? Also want to say, let's say around 12:50 today, we're going to give away this $100 gift certificate to Arkin's Barbecue. We'll give it to one of you, our lucky viewers today. We'll do it randomly, but don't go anywhere. Talking Pistons next. Baligian and Bell right here, Woodward Sports Network.
Dude, what's that?
Hey man, it's the new Lefty's cheesesteak ad.
Lefty's cheesesteak ad?
Yeah, Lefty's cheesesteak ad.
So you're watching the ad, or this is the ad?
Kind of both, actually.
Stop watching this ad and come into Lefty's Cheesesteaks for the real thing today.
I'm Lindsay Broadwell. I know the beauty of Waterford just like you do. That's why I live here. I also know the data points and the inventory to help you buy and sell your home. If you want someone who knows what your home is truly worth, my name's Lindsay Broadwell, the Waterford realtor that actually lives in Waterford.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. On behalf of our entire team, we want to wish you and your family a happy holiday season. Our team is grateful that we were able to help so many Michiganders refinance their home and purchase a new home in 2020. Happy holidays from Hall Financial.
Welcome to Grow Green, the green standard for garden supplies here in Michigan over the past 10 years. We offer the best gardening and lawn care products and have an extremely knowledgeable staff to help you create your dream garden or make your yard the envy of the neighborhood. Shop the store located in Whitmore Lake or online at growgreenmi.com. Delivery and curbside pickup available. Grow Green, making Michigan greener one grower at a time.
We wake up every day with a choice. Keep going down the same unfulfilling path or start chasing the life we dream about. At Northwestern Tech, we want to make that choice easier by allowing you to keep working your job while training for a real career in heating and cooling. And our hands-on program is only 10.5 months. So getting in the field and building a career and actually waking up with a purpose could be a lot easier than you think. Northwestern Tech, the HVAC school that works.
So what is up? Glad you could join us again. We have some pretty exciting news that Corey with a K just told me during the break. I want to always make sure that we talk about our sponsors. Let's see, Derek said, I need to spend some time with one of those lefty subs. I was talking him up yesterday. I'm telling you, legit cheesesteak. Like legit. Like the most legit. And you have to get it with those little cherry peppers. It just gives you that little kick of spice. Mac and cheese egg rolls are fire. Blake said, right, I want to make sweet love to one and put it in my tummy. Blake, you and I, we're right there, bro. We are right there. So good stuff there. All right, Corey with a K, you were just telling me, did this basically just happen?
Just happened.
Like this news that you just told me like happened like 2 minutes ago.
It just happened. It was reported about an hour ago, but the Pistons just now released a press release. Not like to wait till the official press release comes out, but Big Sean has joined the Detroit Pistons as the creative director of innovation. His Don Life logo will appear on their practice jerseys, and that's pretty much right what they're talking about right now for the partnership. I'm still going through the press release, but he said it's an honor to join the organization, and he's pretty much at every, not gonna say every Pistons game, but a lot of Pistons games when he's in town. He's always makes it a point to be there, and
I think that's,
see what's gonna happen.
I think that's just sports in general. Like,
yeah.
Like I think he's big on rapping Detroit. He has a bar. He said hardly home, but always rapping. He's always on the move. He's always traveling around, around the world and, taking care of his business. But he always makes it known like where he's from, the things he's trying to do in the community, and probably one of the most positive rappers in the league, if not the most positive rapper in the industry right now. Nothing but respect for Big Sean, what he stands for, what he represents. I love what he's doing, and if you hear this, bro. I appreciate he did a video for actually Wilbur Sports. Mm-hmm. And so shout out to you. Big Sean, this is huge for you. I know where you come from. I know this is like a dream for any kid to grow up in Detroit, to make it out the trenches, to now have your logo of your brand that you built on a professional team's jersey, right? That you grew up watching, man. That's a dream come true. That's a success story right there.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing.
And I think the second biggest thing is he spells his name the right way. That's number 2, can I give that number 2? It's big S-E-A-N, not S-H-A-W-N, not S-H-A-U-N, S-E-A-N, the right way.
The right way.
So let me ask you something. what has you most excited about the Pistons? Is there anything in particular?
That they just signed Big Sean. That's no.
Ask a stupid question.
Yeah, they signed Big Sean, man. My favorite rapper in the game right now.
Yeah?
Favorite rapper in the game, for sure.
All right, how about on the court?
On the court.
What has you most excited about what's going on the court?
The sleeper, man. I told you, we have a lot of good players that Troy picked up, that the GM Troy Weaver picked up, but I like the Josh Jackson kid because I like what he brings to the table. Another Detroit kid coming back and playing for his city, and I think that we'll see he'll be an X factor for us. I really feel that way. When he plays well, I think we'll do good as a team. I think he's going to be that X factor.
You know, I am really, I got to be honest with you, I know everybody's talking about Hayes, and he's the new guy on the block and everything, and I get it. The way that people are talking up Sekou, it is just like, I'm so excited about him because I don't know about you guys, and Corey with a K, I'll ask you. Like, I saw enough out of him last year to really excite me and go, ooh, more, give me more. Right. And you understand it's a work in progress, right? I mean, guy like that, there's a little more work that needs to be done. But the way that guys are raving about him this year, it's off. You know, I mean, you heard a comparison to Luol Deng, right? Yeah. And I'm going, ooh, gimme. You know, I mean, I'm excited to see how much his game stepped up in the past year.
No, seriously. So I also like Jeremy Grant. That I think that's a great pickup for us. And I want to see if he can stay healthy. I want to see what Blake and Derrick Rose do if they stay healthy. I want to see because they are impact players. And so how many games are they having this year? Is it
56.
56?
50, right, 56? 56, yeah.
All right, so I want to see how they do. I want to see how they hold up. And this is the shortest season, so hopefully they can make it through. So
good point.
All right.
D Rose has a lot of game left. Anybody that doubts that, you know, we've been saying we've been hearing for years, he's got a lot. Look, is he the guy that he was 10 years ago?
No.
None of us are, okay? None of us are. But anybody that doubts his game, you have been paying attention the last couple of years. And, you know, people forget, even Joique, even in his time with Minnesota, I mean, he showed people.
He showed people.
Right?
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Right. All right, so Corey, we got a little video to show people. Is that what I'm understanding? A little video to show the people, get people fired up?
Yeah, while you guys were talking, he brought up Blake Griffin. I showed the Blake Griffin clip, but you know, I'm going to be honest with you. The guy that I'm really looking forward to seeing is Killian Hayes. I think Killian Hayes is really going to show everybody that he's not a bust that people in the Pistons groups are already trying to claim him out to be. He's with Derrick Rose. He's going to have a great time with a great mentor, just learning the game and growing. So that's what I'm really looking forward to seeing on the court tonight. I think he's going to shock a lot of people.
Yeah, you can't pay for that leadership.
No, Yeah, and you know what? It's one of those things. It's like, I think we all have to understand, and we talked to Troy Weaver about this. If you're expecting this team to be good this year, forget great, good this year, maybe your expectations are too high. To me, right now, Joique, this is more about having a direction. Troy Weaver taking a step back, looking at everything and saying, all right, you know what? We got to rebuild. And I'm going to get some pieces in here to start the rebuild.
Is it rebuild or restore?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You know what? I keep saying this, and I'm sorry, I've said this for years. The way the Pistons were operating didn't work. Period. End of story. And so many Piston fans I know got mad at me personally over the years. If I said something on TV or I said something on the radio, the proof's in the pudding. They haven't won a playoff game. Not a series, a playoff game in 12 years. They were literally the hamster on the wheel. So I guess, boy, to answer your question, I hope it's restore.
I mean,
I like Troy. I'm going to say it again. I like Troy.
I do, and that's what when we said that when he came in, is this a rebuild phase that you're trying to go through? He said it's a restore. And, you know, the wordplay that you use can really, what you put out to the universe is going to come back. And so I think that we're not rebuilding, we're restoring. And I know in my hometown, where we're Tigers, we call it Restore the Roar, all right? And we were the Tigers, so it was Restore the Roar. And we just put that in effect. I think last year we brought in our new superintendent. And so I think we're restoring now. And so I'm excited to see what happens.
You know, I had to smile when you said that because you were a little kid, but in the early 90s, that was one of the Lions' slogans.
Restore the roar.
Slogans.
Yeah.
Restore the roar. They had, when Fonts took over, Corey, I don't know, do you remember Restore the Roar? They had the Restore the Roar, and then when they had their great year in 91, they went 12-4, went to the playoffs. Little Sean was at the game when they beat the Cowboys. They came up with these hats that just said restored across it. And, you know, as a kid, you thought, well, as a young man at that time, you thought, wow, this is everything I've been waiting for. Yeah. This is the end. And, you know, again, they had some darn good teams the rest of the decade, just couldn't win another playoff game. That's the way it goes. Some comments from the people at home. Steven said Sekou will be really good. Give him another year or two. Steven, that's where I'm with you. To me, I want to see progress. So when I talk about Sekou, I'm not saying he's going to be a stud this year, Joique. I'm not saying a guy, he's still so stinking young, right? What I'm saying is I want to see the progress from here last year with a lot of good moments. I want to see it go here. And then the year after that, go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly. And you know what game I'm excited to see from the Pistons?
What's that?
The 29th. I'm waiting for the 29th. There's going to be a great test for us.
Yep. No doubt about it.
It's going to be a great test.
That's what I'm looking for.
When we play the Warriors.
Yep, absolutely.
Great test.
By the way, I caught a little bit of that last night. Did you watch much of that? Okay.
Oh yeah, I watched all of them.
Wasn't it amazing? KD looked like KD, didn't he? Mm-hmm. I mean, it looked like did he really miss any time? Right? Mm-hmm. Was it just me? I hope I'm not being too harsh. Corey, you yell at me. Steph was off. Steph wasn't Steph.
Steph wasn't Steph, but KD definitely. Okay, look. KD was going 75% in my opinion, and he still looked like KD.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty scary. I'm like, when him and Kyrie really get in sync, I believe they are going to be a problem. I believe he had like 17 points in like the first quarter or something like that. He looks good. In that first quarter, him and Kyrie outscored the Warriors by themselves.
Yeah.
So it was good, but yeah, to your point, Steph looked a little like something's not there, but I think Wiggins was really the one who was disrupting the whole flow of that whole team.
I mean, he might not look himself, but he's still a split cat brother.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not betting against him.
Yeah,
I'm not betting against him.
I wouldn't bet against him.
Oh, no, he's still a two-time MVP.
Dude changed the way the NBA's played. I mean, that is not an overstatement. It's like, I hate in this business today guys, trying to have the hot take or the overstatement. I swear to God, if you watch a show, I will never, ever do that. It's not an overstatement to say Steph Curry changed the NBA. It just isn't.
He did. He really did. And so he is the only player, well, I'll put Clay up there as well, but he's one of the only players that when he shoots the ball, I expect him to make it. If he misses it, it's just like, what the heck, I'm not. So he's one of the only players I've ever viewed that way, and being a former shooter, a lot of people respect that about me. A former shooter.
Ruptured Achilles. There are words that I hear in sports, like the Frank Ragnow injury, fractured throat. Doesn't that make you wince? It just, you hear fractured throat and you just go,
what?
Right? Ruptured Achilles is another one of them. Like ruptured, not strained, ruptured.
Yeah.
It makes you go like that, doesn't it? Like,
and that's you know what it was? When we talked about this the other day, when Golden Tate hit the linebacker from the Cowboys, he ruptured his spleen. That's what it was. And it's things like that that make you go, how? Like, how? Like, that just sounds painful. It sounds. It sounds painful.
Kennedy brought this stat up in case you missed it. It was his first game in 561 days. 561 days.
That's a nice break. Nice break.
You ready?
Break.
You're going back to the NFL.
Yeah.
Saturday. Get ready. You're going back. What's it been, about 561 for you? So let's go. Suit up on Saturday. You ready?
No, it's been longer than that. It's probably been closer. It's been about 800, 900.
Yeah.
Yeah, 800.
All right, random
days.
question since it came up.
Yeah.
Could you go play? Could you, if they called you right now? Because I know in your mind, you're the biggest. You look in football shape. You know what your shape is in. But anybody that looks at you, trust me, if you haven't, he looks like he's in football shape.
No, I'm not in football shape.
See, I told you.
You can never be in football shape without playing football. It just is not possible, right? Even if you train, you bust your butt, you're only training yourself to be in good enough shape to get into football shape.
Yeah.
Now I can probably get into that shape. Give me about a month and a half. I can get into that shape. But me being in football shape, you have to be on the field, you have to be in practice, you have to be going consistently in order to get into that type of shape. Now, if they were to throw me in the game right now, give me a month and a half, I'll give you every third down. You know, put me there on third down, I'll get you.
Joique
4 or
out of the
5.
backfield. 3-5 out of the backfield.
Yeah, 3-5 out of the backfield. I'll pick up the pass pro. I'll be in the passing game. But that every down back, nah,
Wouldn't it be psychological though? Like, I'm of the opinion, wouldn't it be psychological? You've been out that long. You have an injury of that magnitude. Like, I'd be terrified to take off on a strong run, because I still have the phantom stuff with the knee injury that I had 3 years ago. I went running this summer, which I wasn't supposed to do, but I was feeling good and I went running. I made it like about a half mile, and then I felt just a little tweak, just the tiniest little tweak. It was nothing. I go, okay, I'm walking home the rest of the way, because it's just like it becomes psychological. So like you're thinking about a guy like KD, who was clearly one of the best players in the league, one of the best players in the world. He ruptures his Achilles, signs a big contract that he hasn't been able to play for, obviously. 561 days later, you got to get back on the court. I'd be crapping my pants, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, because all eyes are on you. All eyes are on you.
Yeah, that's true.
It's insane.
It's crazy because you got to think of all the preparation, all the rehab. Because usually you can come back like after a year, say after 365, right? You can come back, but even when you come back, it's still there. The scar tissue, the pain, all that's still there, and you're still going through rehab. You're still going through all these different things, right, to try to get back. And so, before KD came back this time, I think he got to the realization of what's the best for my career. Because he probably could have came back before this 561 days.
Yeah.
He probably could have came back, but until I feel myself, and I know how this business works now, I'm not coming back till I feel I can go out there and perform to where I'm not hurting myself and I'm not hurting my team. You put a player like that with that mentality in a run where they're playing for a championship game. I mean, in most people's mind, athletes' mind, I'm not sitting out. I'm playing.
Yeah.
I have to try to figure it out, and whatever happens, happens. And so at that particular point in time, you already had injuries on the team, and he was like, I have to play. I have to play. And respect to him, but I feel like he probably should have sat out until he felt he can go out there to where he wouldn't hurt himself more than what he was already putting himself through. But I'm happy to see him back and, getting back to his normal self, because he's probably one of the greatest players in the game right now.
Yeah, easy.
And before he left, they was saying that he was the best in the game before he left. And the guy that big and that tall with that athleticism is and that shooting ability is hard to come by. It's hard to come by.
Every time I hear ruptured Achilles, I can't help. Do you ever see Pet Sematary? There's a scene in Pet Sematary that if you've seen the movie Pet Sematary, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Scary movie?
Yeah, but there's a scene with the Achilles that every time, just like I read the word ruptured Achilles, and it's like I think of that scene and I pop my leg up because I don't want somebody to slice my Achilles tendon. There, I give it to you. Did you stay up and watch the other one last night, Corey? I mean, I know the answer to this question, but I have to ask it anyway. Hey, Corey, did you stay up and watch the Battle of LA last night?
Sure did.
What was your takeaway? I was out like a light. Just point blank, I was out like a light.
I'm gonna start from the top. First off, I thought the ring celebration was actually pretty cool. I hope that is something that they keep in the NBA moving forward, because it was just dope to see the guys get their rings and have the personal messages from the family. But we need to want to talk about on the court. It looked like the Lakers were a little. I don't know, maybe the emotional toll got to them early because they were out of it. It didn't look like LeBron had his legs in the first quarter. I'm thinking the first quarter he went 1 for 6. I like the Dennis Schroeder move that they got. He's going to be better to me for them than Rajon Rondo. But as usual, Paul George plays great during the regular season. So the Clippers winning that game, how they did, that didn't shock me that much. They're a great regular season team. It's just that when it comes to the postseason, that's where I get worried about them. But Batum for them was a steal. I didn't think he was going to be much of nothing, but they got him for a steal. Ibaka looked great. Only one game, but I've seen some things where the Clippers, they look really good this year. I give it up to them, but I'm not going to bet on the King against them anyway.
Everybody's saying it. I mean, they've had a good team for a while. I mean, the collapse last year was epic. I mean, it really was. It was epic how they collapsed that away. But kind of ruining that ring presentation for the Clips.
It was interesting. I mean, I don't know. The Lakers are going to win. I think they're going to go ahead and go back to back this year, because I just believe that there is no combo out there outside of maybe KD and Kyrie, but there's no answer for AD and LeBron.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. There's no answer for them right now, and they added more to their team. They have more depth, so we'll see.
I want to ask you something. I'm going to ask you both. This just kind of popped in my brain, and that's the way we do things around here, okay? I hate generational arguments. I hate them.
You can't do them.
Thank you. I've said it forever, Joique. It is the dumbest thing to argue what. Yeah, I'll go to hockey. That's right. What Wayne Gretzky is compared to Alex Ovechkin. What Joe Montana is compared to Patrick Mahomes. You can't have these arguments.
And why is that? Because the game changes over time.
It changes over time, and here's the brutal reality that old people don't want to admit. Bigger, stronger, faster. It is undeniable. 1,000% undeniable. As great as Gale Sayers was, my dad says Gale Sayers was every bit as exciting as Barry Sanders and then some, okay? That may be true, and I'm not dissing him, okay? But now you're talking about, instead of the dudes that's smoking 2 packs of Marlboro Reds a day, you got a defensive lineman who's chasing him down that's running a 4.4. You know what? So bigger, stronger, faster counts for something.
Yeah. It's one person I would say will be successful in every generation of football, right? Back to the 50s to now, right? The 60s to now. It's Barry.
You can't tackle him.
You can't tackle him.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders. You can't. I mean, his style of play was before his time. I haven't seen anything like it since.
Pretty hard to argue.
I haven't seen anything like it.
Well, here's where I'm going with this, and I have a hard and fast rule, and I think my hockey friends out there that are watching know this about me. I've had the fortune of calling hockey games all the way to the National Hockey League level. It's been my favorite game forever, and people ask me all the time, who's this? I don't talk about guys I didn't see. I don't do it. I don't like somebody. Well, where do you put Gordie Howe on your list of best players? The Gordie Howe that I saw as a little kid was a 50-something-year-old man that was still playing. You know what I mean? So I can't talk about guys from. I can't talk about Rocket Richard. I know all his stats. I never saw him play. You know what I mean? And I think that same thing goes for football. I tell my dad all the time. He'll talk up Gale Sayers. Gale Sayers was Barry Sanders. Dad, I got nothing. I never saw Gale Sayers play. I've seen some grainy footage. But the reason I bring that up is because you brought up the L word. I grew up watching Michael Jordan. There was nothing like Michael Jordan. Right. And like every good Detroit kid, I hated Michael Jordan with every fiber of my being. Hated him with a passion. Every time he went up, I was screaming at one of the bad boys, fracture his throat, go Frank Ragnow before I even know what Frank Ragnow is, right? But then at some point in time, I don't know when it happened, like I started to realize I'm watching the greatest player ever. Like, and it went from that, I hate your guts, to, gosh damn it, I hate your guts, but I respect you and you're the best player I've ever seen. And growing up, I was a big Magic guy. Magic could do everything. Magic was like the and then at some point in time, I had to say to myself, Sean, if you're being honest with you, Michael Jordan's the greatest player you've ever seen, right?
It's true.
It unbelievable.
At that time,
where are you guys at on the Michael LeBron thing? And it's not fair because it's a different game. Where are you guys at?
This is going to be the argument. This is going to be an argument. 6 trips, 6 rings, right? That's going to be the argument. LeBron's at 4 now. But he's been how many times? 9, 10 times?
He's been in the finals, 10 times.
About 10 times. I think it was a span where he went like 7 years in a row to the finals.
Yep.
And only has, and that's what they're gonna say, right? LeBron, he lost. He lost. You got to think he didn't have the weapons. Like Jordan never played a team like the Warriors. LeBron is playing against a team that a guy changed the whole way the NBA is being played now, right? And so now you have you're playing against a team who actually had a better record than the Jordan era when they went 70. I think they went 72 and what 5?
72 and 10.
72 and 10.
72 and 10.
72 and 10.
And then the Warriors went what 73
and 9.
73 and 9.
Yep.
And then LeBron beat that team in the finals. That year they beat that team.
Oh, by the way, with a pretty crappy cast around him.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
But that's it. The thing about that 72 and 73 and 9 team they beat, there are 2 things about that finals that people leave out that played a big role. One, Draymond got suspended for that next game, and then Bogut went down for the series. So LeBron had a freeway straight to the rack the entire time. Grant, I don't take anything away from him for winning, though, because you still got to go out there and win the games, and the Warriors were up 3-1. So I don't take anything away from him. Just that if Draymond does not get suspended and Bogut doesn't go down, you're looking at a 4-game. You're looking at a 4 gentleman sweep, I should say, gentleman sweep.
Just hearing you say that too, freeway through the lane, doesn't it remind you of that 07 series against the Pistons?
That's where my disdain for LeBron.
He just took it over. It was over, and it was like one of those games. You sat at home knowing this is over. This is and there's nothing you can do to stop that mother scratcher. There's nothing you can do to stop it. I'm sitting at home going, oh, somebody please take this out off. They're not gonna do it.
Because I grew up watching Michael. Because that's around the era when I really started to watch basketball. I love Michael. He was my favorite player. And then LeBron came on the scene, and I think what makes me like him so much more is what he does outside of basketball that makes him the greatest to me. It's not just what he does on the court; it's what he does off the field that makes him the greatest. And some of the things he's doing or has done.
So you're Team Bron?
Yeah, I'm Bron all the way. Yeah, I'm Shannon Sharp, the GOAT. The GOAT. I need to get me I need to come up with my own thing, but like LeBron's the GOAT to me.
What about you?
For me, it's 2 arguments. When you're talking about just overall as a person.
No, we're saying the greatest of all time. No, period. Just all around we talk about just on the court, right? We talk about just on the court, then that's a toss-up, right? LeBron's.
I don't think it's a toss-up on the court.
Well, who you got?
On the court is Jordan.
Okay, you got Jordan. I like LeBron. I like LeBron. Now I'm not saying he was better than Jordan. I just like LeBron better.
You can't.
I just like LeBron.
And there's a reason why I like Jordan over LeBron, and it has nothing to do with the whole 6 rings, because the rings argument to me is played. Yeah. It's more so. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I know I thought he was about to come in on this argument. But,
no, you come on in, Adam. Absolutely, anytime.
The reason that I like Jordan over LeBron is when you watch both of them play, Jordan gave you the impression that he had to win at all costs. There was nothing. He was going to rip your heart out on the court to win. LeBron will sometimes give you the impression that he's okay if he loses, because I still remember that Heat series when they got beat by, I believe, the Mavs. He was just like, he went off on reporters, after this game, I'm still going to go back to my life, and you're going to go back to your life, and
That's
blah,
right.
blah, 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 blah. So that's just what it is for me. Jordan was just like, on the court, I'm winning at all costs. LeBron is like, I'll win if it's within reach.
Do you know who eventually got like that?
No.
And he graduated, and it wasn't until after Shaq left, but it was Kobe. Kobe became an assassin.
Yeah.
Kobe wanted to murder you. The whole Mamba thing?
Yeah.
Kobe literally, and if you remember, God rest his soul, he wasn't like that before.
Nope.
He wasn't, he kind of had the series where everybody, if you remember, was like, did Kobe wave the white flag? Did Kobe
The Utah
quit?
series.
Yeah, right? What the hell happened? Did he? And then it was like, almost like from that point on, there was this metamorphosis, and he was the closest to Jordan that I ever saw.
And you know what it was? It was, if you look at the Last Dance, he talks about everything you get from me, I got from him. I got from Jordan. And even Jordan said that kid at 8, he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a problem. I'm not gonna pass him the ball. If you want the ball, he's gonna have to get it off the. He's gonna have to get it off the rim. But the story that he gave, he was doing I don't know if he was doing a seminar, but he was speaking. He was on stage with the MC, and they were kind of going back and forth. And the guy asked him, like, so what happened with Shaq? And he said, well, what happened with Shaq was he was telling me to pass him the ball down in the hole. He said, so I told him, like, yeah, I was shooting. And what happened was every time he passed the ball down to Shaq in the post, he'll get fouled and he'll go to the free throw line and he'll miss his free throws. And so his teammates were saying, like, Shaq, tell Kobe you don't pass the ball. You don't pass. He like, yeah, I'll talk to him. And so the game goes on. He tells Kobe, like, I'm opening the post. And Kobe's like, yeah, all right, cool. Come down, he'll shoot. Kobe will shoot. Next play, he'll come, hey, Kobe, I'm opening the post. He's like, all right, I got you. He come back down, he'll shoot again. And then Shaq like, man, I'm in the post, open the ball. He said, man, I'm not throwing you the ball so they can foul you. You go to the free throw line and miss, grab it off the backboard. And then that's when he realized, I think that was his rookie year, and that he did that. And that's when he realized, like, Kobe's crazy. He's crazy. And then the thing comes out when they swung and they got into the altercation in the locker room. But I think that's where Shaq kind of grew his respect for Kobe because he wasn't scared. He wasn't scared. And so I love Kobe mentality as well. And that's another person who, who you have, that's another, and these things you can't really argue.
No,
Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, and what would make LeBron number one? Is it 6 rings? Then once he gets to 6 rings, then who's the best player then? He's at 6. How many MVPs does Jordan have? And then how many MVPs does LeBron have?
Right.
If it goes to that, then it goes to.
This is where I say, guys like Corey and I in my generation, we always make this mistake. We always, and this is why, at least I police myself, okay? I agree with you 100%. Michael Jordan is the best player I've ever seen on the court. Nobody will ever talk me out of that. But the one thing that we have to remember today, bigger, stronger, faster, okay? Could you imagine LeBron James playing back then? The dude is built like a linebacker. Could you imagine that?
Tight end.
Tight end, right? I mean, it's Joique. So how, and here are the conversations. Yes, the game was more physical back then. We all know that, no doubt about it. But how would LeBron fare in that game with the arsenal that he has? How would Jordan fare in today's game? You know what I mean? And that's why it's fun to have these generational conversations, but I always fall back on this. There's no right answer. There isn't.
It is. And people think of this. The players now today are bigger, stronger, faster, right? If those players were in this time, then they'll be bigger, stronger, faster, because they'll be on the same program. And so you have to look at it on both sides.
Yeah.
And so you see when Michael Jordan was getting beat up by the Pistons, he started going to the weight room, started lifting weights, and got to a point to where my rumor that I've heard was that he would lift before every game. He would lift before and that's the rumor.
Damn.
That I heard. He would lift before every game. once he realized how he was tired of being punished and he wanted to do the punishing. So he did have that mentality. I think LeBron has a mentality of I want to win. I don't think he wants to wave a flag. I think he does the best with what he has. And for him to go and win against a Warriors team that's stacked, even if they are missing one guy, that team is still stacked against a Cavaliers team where they had a subpar Kevin Love. They had, a streaky J.R. Smith. I think he's the greatest of my time. I think he's the greatest of our time.
Well, it's a beautiful conversation to have. There's no doubt about it. It's funny, Mike.
It's crazy you call it beautiful. Some people wouldn't call it that.
Oh, I love it. I think it's great because you know what? I mean, more often than not, you have to learn to be adult about it. And like for me, like I told you, at some point in time, I went from going, I hate you, Michael Jordan. I hate you with everything inside of me. And I don't like to use the word hate. Yeah. I tell my kids all the time, don't use the word hate. Don't use it. I would say that. I hate Michael Jordan with everything. And then at some point in time, I was like, gosh, damn it, I am watching a magical player.
You really was. But you're going to respect me.
Shaq had a great comment about what you guys are talking about. Shaq said, when you compare eras, somebody's always going to get slighted. Yeah. And that's pretty much just what it is. It's hard to compare eras because somebody's going to.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Troy nailed it when he was on. Troy Weaver, when he was on, if you remember. Yeah. Nobody talks about Kareem.
Nobody talks about
Kareem. Kareem was absolutely unstoppable. You could not defend against the skyhook.
6 rings.
Yeah, couldn't do it.
All-time leading scorer?
Yep. Unbelievable. All right,
how close is LeBron to him in the scoring title?
I want to say he's about off the top of my head, I want to say he's about 3,000 points away.
I thought it was 20-something hundred, but
could be. Yeah.
Fact check me on that one.
We got a ton. Right. We got a ton of comments here. I want to go down this. Tyler said, I think it would be best to get rid of Blake and get some draft picks. That might be down the line. Tom said Wiggins was the worst number 1 overall. Steve said KD, barring injury, comeback player of the year. Absolutely, positively.
3,900.
Let's see. Let me keep going.
That's right there.
The game and the players are evolving, always evolving. That comes from Tom. He said Larry Robinson is the best of all time. That was my favorite hockey player growing up. Steve said we will never see another 50-year-old player again. I don't know how guys are doing it. That's what makes, especially today, okay, those guys like Raul Ibanez in baseball, hanging around to like his mid-40s, and what Tom Brady's doing right now, Joique, it's a young man's game. Yeah. Bigger, stronger, faster. It isn't even generational anymore. It's almost yearly now. So, I mean, there's got to be you as a professional athlete that sits back and goes, damn, how's this guy still getting it done? It's insane.
Hey, you know what, though? His game is timeless. I think he can play a couple more years if he continues to play the way he's playing. He's never been that type of quarterback where he's trying to run to go get yards. He beats the defense with his hot routes. And that's how he stays in the game. Not taking too many hits, getting the ball out quick, and his release time is almost is second to none. He gets that ball out quick, so he can play another two or three more years, I think, if that's what he wants to do.
Oh, absolutely.
He has the name, he has the technique, he has the wherewithal to be able to play that long.
What did George Blanda play until? Was he like 47 years old? Wasn't George Blanda? Didn't he play till like he was 47 years old? It's absolutely insane. Former quarterback, kicker back in the day. He retired when I was a little kid, but he was like 47 years old playing. Somebody brought this up. This is to the hockey fans, and Kennedy already chimed in on this. Can Red Wing fans ever admit Crosby's greatness? She put in capital letters N-O. That's a running joke. That's my buddy Mike. That's a running joke between the two of us. Sidney Crosby is a phenomenal hockey player. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Right, Gord?
And Sean, Blanda played his last game at the age of 48.
48 years old. Think about that. Dude. But like people in Detroit, and this goes back to what we were talking about with Michael Jordan. Yeah. It took me years to finally go, okay, he's unbelievable. When
did you realize he was unbelievable? He came into the league the year I was
born.
know
what I think? You know what I watching that series against Portland in '92, the whole you know, when he looked at Magic and kind of went like that, you know, that famous picture, I was watching it and going, there's something wrong with this guy. He's from a different planet.
What year
Like,
did you...
I remember vividly thinking that. Like, he's not from Earth.
I got a question for you. When did you realize, when you looked at Michael Jordan, you said, you know what, you're past your prime?
When he decided to come back with Washington. Did you think it was late in his Bulls career?
I didn't think Michael Jordan was past his prime, because if you got to look at it, when he came back to the Bulls, came back to the Wizards, he was 39, 40 years old, averaging 22 points per game.
But okay, let me say this though. Okay, for an average 38-year-old player, you're in awe, right? I think because Michael Jordan was always here, to see him here, although he was still better than so many different players, I compared Michael Jordan to Michael Jordan. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
You judge him by his own standards.
Yeah. So that's why it was different for me, because I saw this and he went there. It wasn't here, but he was different.
He was different.
Yeah, he was.
And then he came into the league at what age? 22, 23?
He was out of NC. Was it 21?
I think he was 21.
Yeah,
21?
I think he left after his junior year. I think he left after his junior.
And then he played how many years?
What?
I'm getting to a point. So.
Okay.
So.
When did he play 14 seasons?
Well, he left.
He left for a year and a half.
He left, and then he came back, and then he left, and then he came back. So 84 to what? 03? Was that his last year
He came out
with
84,
Washington?
86. I thought he came out 86.
No, he came in 84.
84.
Yeah, 84.
Okay, so 84.
84 to what? 03? Was that his last year? With
84 to 98, and then he did 01 to 03.
Yeah, so 84 to 03, but with a couple years missing. Yeah.
Okay, so 14. So you got to think, I'm looking at the longevity of a person's prime, right? LeBron has been playing for 17 seasons now?
Yep.
And
18 seasons now.
What year has he had a drop off?
That's a great point.
No,
That's a great point.
LeBron has been in his prime since he's gotten in the league.
He hasn't.
Right, and what other players had that type of longevity playing at that level continuously? I haven't seen it. It's never been done before. Now, we can argue about the ring, and LeBron's going to get 6. He's going to get 6, and he's going to do something else that's never been done. A couple more years, he'll be playing with his son.
First guy to win 10 championships with 10 different teams. I joke, I kid. That would be unbelievable. Could you imagine that?
That'd be the first. I've only seen that in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
King Griffey Jr. and his dad.
Hockey as well. The house.
Yeah, I think hockey's. Yep, hockey. But yeah, but for this type of sport and for the NFL, that's not.
It's insane.
Right. I think the only way that can ever happen is with a quarterback like Tom Brady, who has that longevity, or with like a punter or kicker, who has that longevity.
That's a good point about the kickers.
Frank Gore might do it if he plays a couple more years. Frank Gore might be able to do it.
Could you imagine that?
And if that
at that position,
at
Joique.
that position,
insane.
And he doesn't get the credit he deserves in the media. Like Frank Gore has just surpassed Barry Sanders in rushing yards. That is a feat in itself.
Somebody asked me, and they remember the Detroit media, and I won't say their name, but they asked me if Frank Gore was a Hall of Famer, and without hesitation, I said yes. How could you argue otherwise? When you look at everything he's done in his career, and the total, and whether guys want to admit it or not, you are measured by your total, and yes, 1,000 times yes. Frank's got a lot of respect in the game, doesn't he?
Yeah, from players he does. Yeah, he does. Now, and you look at Frank Gore, he's with the Jets now, and they're not winning, so he's not getting he's not getting too much media right now because he's on a losing team.
Yeah.
But to be at that age and still be productive, they want to get rid of him, but you can't. You can't get rid of a guy like him because he's being productive. And if you get rid of him, somebody else will pick him up because he's playing at a high level in this sport. I mean, this is the most brutal sport that you can play that many years in and still be productive. All right. I don't know what he's doing, but he's found the fountain of youth. He's found it.
We have so many comments on here I got to get to, and a lot of them are about LeBron and Jordan, but I have one thing to say, and Kennedy, you might want to plug your ears when I say this. But it was funny that Mike brought up Sidney Crosby because, honest to God, if I was talking to somebody like Kennedy's brother who's playing hockey, do you want to watch how you should play as a hockey player? Watch Sidney Crosby. If you want to see how, and anybody who coaches the game, anybody who watches the game closely, the little things that guy does. Here he is, one of the best players in the world, and all the little things he does. Kennedy just vomited. I'm sorry to make you vomit, Kennedy. Just the little things he does, and people here will never, ever, ever give that guy his love. Never, ever going to happen. I'm one of those. I love watching the guy play. I'm not going to lie. I love. He does it the right way. He did all the little things he does. He's so smart. It's like I want to hate you, but I can't. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with Jordan when I was a kid. It's like I want to hate you, but sometimes I dream, and then I'd start singing the song like Mike. If I could be like Mike. Could you imagine how much? Oh, this is good. Could you imagine how much bitching LeBron would have done in Jordan's era? Now, do you think LeBron bitches a lot? Is that overblown when you hear fans and media talk about that? Do you see a lot of that?
Man, I don't care about none of that, man. Look at his numbers, bro. I'm not about to sit here and I'm not about to do that. Look at his numbers. That's all I have to say to that. Look at his numbers, and then if his numbers are not speaking for himself, all that other stuff is out the window. I don't care about none of that other stuff.
LeBron deserves respect. Brandon said Kobe's the best in my lifetime. Kobe gets the respect he deserves, doesn't he?
Yeah, period. Period.
Just
Kobe's Kobe.
He'd murder you.
He would. And when he played, I always respected his game, always. But I love the way LeBron played. Like I was always a LeBron fan. And so, and you have people who are like, well, you can't be a LeBron fan and Kobe fan. But no, I respect Kobe. I respect his game. There'll never be another Kobe. And but I was always a LeBron fan because he was playing in Ohio. I was actually in high school playing in Michigan. He had me by I think I was a sophomore. I was a sophomore when he was a senior.
Okay.
And so I would have loved to play his team, like his team my senior year. I would have loved to.
You had a pretty darn good team.
Oh my God! They were playing national TV. And they were ranked number 1 in the state, but we were ranked like number 7 in the country. And I would have loved to play him in high school. I would have loved it. Oh yeah, it would have been I would have loved it. Yeah.
Let's see. LeBron's longevity while in his prime is unmatched. That's what JC said. That's your point. I did not consider that point. It's pretty hard to argue that. Yeah. You cannot look at LeBron today and say, he's one step behind. I can't do it.
Yeah, and people try to call him washed, like, oh, he's washed, but what? Like he does load management. He's not washed at all. Like he's still the same LeBron, but more seasoned. Like I would take the LeBron now over the first year LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. Yeah, just my take.
Sean, have you heard anything about who might be the captain of the Wings this year and when it might be? Rumors might be Larkin. I think it'll be Larkin. I know Steve said it's before the season starts, or excuse me, sometime during the season. It might not be right away. I think Dylan Larkin had to grow into the role of being the captain. You don't just say, here, I'm taking it off the jersey and putting it on your jersey. I think he had to grow into the role of being captain for what it's worth. Kennedy said, I love my Waterford native. I hope it's Larkin. Thanks for chiming in, Kennedy. Let's see. Anyone throwing a piece of trash across the room to the can yells Kobe. That's such a legitimate point. That is such a legitimate point.
Yeah. It's just, you know what, though?
I can't tell you how many times.
Kobe, even the little kids now who never seen Kobe play are saying Kobe. It's just no one ever says LeBron. They always say Kobe. So that's one staple that he had. It's kind of like
I do it to my kids.
You know what's funny? It's kind of like when you're playing football and growing up for us, we always say Mosty. We'll say Moss. He got Moss. He Mosty. And it's funny, when I got to the NFL, we would still say he got mossed. But how do you say he mossed him? Well, Calvin Johnson catches a ball over 3 Cincinnati Bengal defenders.
Right.
He mossed them.
Yeah.
No, he Calvined them. Like that's Calvin. Like, so in certain players, we will say he mossed them, and sometimes we'll just say that's just what he does. With Calvin, that's just what he did. You know, so that's one thing that Kobe does have over LeBron. I think that's always going to be a staple.
Kids, if you're watching right now, both my kids have been subjected to this. I do this game with my friends, but more in particular with my kids, where like I'll be standing in the kitchen, I'll have crumbled piece of paper or something, and I always act like I drew the foul, right? I do this. So my kid's just minding his own business, eating a bowl of cereal or something. So I'll just go like this, and I'm going, Kobe, like that, and I take the shot.
And you miss every time, just
I miss every time, just like I miss that. Every time. But I drew the foul, so at least I'm going to the line, and I'm going to hit both my throws, right? Okay. But it's funny you say that. Whoever texted that's great, because it's like we're all absolutely guilty of that.
And just kind of harp on. You said when you were growing up, the Lions had the Restore the Roar.
Yeah.
And so my daughter actually has the Lions teddy bear that whenever you squeeze it, it says Restore the Roar.
Restore the Roar.
Yeah.
Yep.
She still has that.
I have a little football at home where, like, if you shake the football, it goes Restore the Roar. I still have it. Yeah.
You still have it.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Listen. Lots of things to get to before we get out of here. Got to revisit the lines in case you missed it. COVID is looming this weekend. There's no doubt about it. Right now, the game is tentatively, the key and operative word, planned for 1 o'clock on Saturday. We're all going to have to keep our eyes on that. There's no doubt about that because, well, in case you missed it, right now they might not have any coaches. So that's something that we're going to have to talk about. As well, don't forget, before we're out of here today, I'm going to tell you what, right around 12:45, okay? Somewhere we're going to give it in about a 5-minute window between 12:45 and 12:50. One of you guys, we're going to press one of the social media vehicles that we're driving here on Woodward Sports. I'm going to ask Joique for a number between 1 and 5, and whoever is the 5th name listed on there, whatever number Joique picks, we're going to hook you up with a $100 gift certificate to Arkin's Barbecue in Southfield, okay? When we come back, we'll talk some Lions. Don't you go anywhere. Glad you can join us. Glad that Tim McCullum can join us. Glad that Tim McCullum can get Kennedy's attention while we're on. Glad that Ryan Ermani, I wish we could turn the cameras around. Can we see that in the background? Yeah. My man Ryan Ermani, old school. Hi, Ryan. Merry Christmas, Ryan. One of my favorite people in the business in there talking to Joey and Stick. We'll come back, talk some Lions with you next here on Woodward Sports.
Dude, what's that?
Hey man, it's the new Lefty's cheesesteak ad.
Lefty's cheesesteak ad?
Yeah, Lefty's cheesesteak ad.
So you're watching the ad, or this is the ad?
Kind of both, actually.
Stop watching this ad and come into Lefty's Cheesesteaks for the real thing today.
I'm Lindsay Broadwell. I know the beauty of Waterford just like you do. That's why I live here. I also know the data points and the inventory to help you buy and sell your home. If you want someone who knows what your home is truly worth, my name's Lindsay Broadwell, the Waterford realtor that actually lives in Waterford.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. On behalf of our entire team, we want to wish you and your family a happy holiday season. Our team is grateful that we were able to help so many Michiganders refinance their home and purchase a new home in 2020. Happy holidays from Hall Financial.
Welcome to Grow Green, the green standard for garden supplies here in Michigan over the past 10 years. We offer the best gardening and lawn care products and have an extremely knowledgeable staff to help you create your dream garden or make your yard the envy of the neighborhood. Shop the store located in Whitmore Lake or online at growgreenmi.com. Delivery and curbside pickup available. Grow Green, making Michigan greener one grower at a time.
We wake up every day with a choice. Keep going down the same unfulfilling path or start chasing the life we dream about. At Northwestern Tech, we want to make that choice easier. by allowing you to keep working your job while training for a real career in heating and cooling. And our hands-on program is only 10.5 months. So getting in the field and building a career and actually waking up with a purpose could be a lot easier than you think. Northwestern Tech, the HVAC school that works.
What up, Dope?
What up, Dope Wednesdays?
I love it. It sounds so much better when you say it. Let's be perfectly honest. It sounds so much better when you say it. Beautiful day out here on Woodward. Tomorrow, of course, will be Christmas Eve on Woodward Avenue. That's a shout out to Karen Newman.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We are not going to be here tomorrow, but we're going to have some of our segments rolling on the 24th and the 25th. Joique's going to be busy with his family. Hopefully you're busy with your family. I am in my cook mode, which means basically tomorrow, Joique, between about 9 o'clock in the morning and before we go to church at 2:30 in the afternoon, I have like a 10-foot bubble around me, and I said, just leave me alone. Just let me do all this stuff. I'm yours for the rest of the day. But just, I got a lot of work to do. Just, we can talk, but don't come within my 10-foot bubble. That's my cooking bubble.
That's your cooking bubble.
Yep, that's all I asked for. And they respect it. They're like, Dad's in cook mode. You know, you got the menu brain going on where you're doing 5 things at once and everything. So that's, you know, and then Christmas Eve service, it's just, I love it. I don't know if that's part of your repertoire, but going to Christmas Eve service, our church has 2:30 in the afternoon. It's just, it's right. It's just, you feel holy. I mean, really, it's just right the way the church does it, man.
Right.
Just respect.
I'm good.
So I love it.
So, you know, you only have to social distance when you're outside your household.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have to do it in the house.
I do it because I'm working. You know what I mean? There's spice flying everywhere. There's, you know, there might be chunks of meat flying around and everything. And then I got to make my pigs in the blanket. And oh my goodness, I got to get the shrimp out there. I got to get the cocktail right. All that.
Dealing with all that raw meat that you're dealing with. Are you wearing gloves?
Yeah.
The whole time?
No.
At any point the gloves come off?
Oh yeah. Like when I'm doing okay, so the turkey's in the brine. I take the turkey out of the brine probably about when I get home from church, because the turkey doesn't take that long to cook, contrary to popular belief. You know, back in the day when you went over to Grandma's house when you were a kid, Grandma'd have the turkey in the oven all day. You don't need to do that. Get the bird to 165, you're going to be okay, right? So I'll put that in later, you know, after I got it all dressed up and everything. The brisket will be on at 8 o'clock sharp tomorrow morning.
All right.
My brain is telling me it's going to take about 10 hours.
10 hours.
Yeah. So after I do that, then I take the gloves off, do my other stuff.
Fall off the bone?
Yeah, and then but the brisket, you know what it is? The biggest thing with the brisket is you just carve it, and when you see that juice, when that juice is coming from the fat cap and everything, you win. Take one look at it, you know.
My question for you though, when you are cooking this brisket, right? When you're cooking it, and you take it out, how long do you let it sit before you go to cutting into it?
It's a great question. That's something that people don't think about. So that tells me you know a little something about barbecue. Just a little something.
A little bit.
I wrap it in a blanket and put it in a cooler. And I let it, what I like to do, it's about 2 hours. It's about 2 hours. Some people tell you even longer than that, but what I found is doing it a couple times now, I wrap it in an old towel and just put it in a cooler. No ice in there, just a cooler, you know, without the ice and everything. I put that in there, let it sit for 2 hours. That juice all settles. It's still, believe it or not, it's still really warm, even by doing that. Because you have to remember, it's been on the smoker now for 8.5 hours.
I thought it was 10 hours.
No, but the whole thing's 10 hours. The whole thing, that's what I'm saying. My whole process, to me, the prep also includes what you do at the end to get it ready.
So in that case, it's going to take longer than that, because are you marinating it for like a day or so?
Oh yeah, I'm doing that tonight. Yeah, I'm doing that tonight. So
the whole process is really like 36 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it sit overnight, low temperature, and then I'm gonna put it on, like I said, about 8 o'clock. So it'll be on. This is the guess. You never know. No two pieces of meat are the same. It's weird. Right. There's no. So what my buddy and Mike, I know you're watching. My buddy Mike and I always tell people, Don't worry about time, worry about temperature. When that temperature gets between 201 and 204, you did it. You're done. But since everybody works on time, like probably 8 hours. That's my guess. Right around 8 hours, give or take a half hour. Give or take a half hour.
I'm gonna come get some lessons, man.
Anytime.
I need some lessons.
And you got an open invite. You guys all come over to my house. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Because my buddy, I mean, like, seriously, we enjoy cooking. I mean, eating's great. Don't get me wrong. But I love to cook. That's a joy in my life. I enjoy
Corey,
it.
do you cook at all? Corey, so you don't cook at all, Corey, huh?
I mean, I cook. I'm just not skilled like you guys are in the kitchen.
So what do you cook, like ramen noodles and stuff like that?
What do you like, Corey? When you come over, seriously, what do you like? What's your jam?
He looks like a Kraft and cheese type
I
of
bet
guy.
you know what? Ribs. You a ribs guy?
Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah, no, bro, Kraft. Oh, I thought you said Kraft, not Kraft mac and cheese.
You like Kraft?
I'm a ribs and chicken guy.
Yeah.
I used to be a seafood guy until my allergy kicked in. So.
All right, Kennedy, what's your jam on the barbecue?
Not really barbecue.
Yeah, you're a vegan. That's
you can
right.
still barbecue
I make a
though.
lot of vegetables. I like saute a lot of things.
You can barbecue.
Put it on the barbecue.
They have like the Beyond patties. They have the Beyond sausage patties.
I do a lot of Beyond Meat.
Yeah, you can do those.
Their sausage is actually really good.
Yeah.
They're like spicy Italian.
The spicy Italian.
Yes.
I use that in my. I use it in my morning scramble with the. Have you? Just egg. Come on now. I had it coming in. I do this thing where I have like I take the vegetables. I take like green peppers, red peppers, onions, saute them. I take the Beyond Meat Italian sausage, put it in the air fryer, take it out, chop it up, grind it down, get the veggies well done, add that into it, stir it up, add in the Just Egg with the vegan butter. Let the vegan butter melt in a little bit, and then you put in the Just Egg on top. You scramble it, get it to how you like it. And then I take the pan off the fire. I have the gas. I have to have the gas stove. Take the the tortilla for the burrito. You just put it on top of the fire about 5 seconds, and then you flip it 5 seconds, and then you take the eggs, you put it inside the tortilla, you wrap it up. Get the burrito. Wrap it up in aluminum foil. Hey, grab and go. I might make a couple to kind of put in the refrigerator, and the next day I just throw it in the air fryer, let it warm it up, and then just grab it. I did that this morning.
See, you know what? I told you, my buddy Mike, who is chiming in on his wife's Facebook, Christy, Mike said 100% temperature. It's all about the temperature. It's not time. And I think I've told you before, he'll be part of the smoke show, Joique. You'd love him. He is 100% more creative than I am.
You think so?
I'm telling you right now, I'm confessing it right now. Like what you guys were just talking about, Kennedy and Joique, I know Mike's wheels are he's turning right now. He comes up, he's the creative one of us, no doubt about it. I'm the meat guy.
And then Dave is what?
Dave's just the legend. He's just the butcher. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mike is the guy that like here's what you're talking about, and like all right, so I came up with this new menu. He just comes up with crap like that. It's much respect, seriously. He's great with recipes like that.
Sean is in the wrong profession. I think you just need to open up your own business, Sean. Like you're in the wrong profession. You need to be talking. You need to have your own food show. Like this person, you should have your own food show. You should have guests coming on. You should have people trying on your different barbecues. Like it's ridiculous, man.
I love it.
I can listen to you sit here and talk about food all day because I'm a foodie.
I love it.
And before I went vegan, I was eating I was a huge foodie. I love steaks, the ribs, the baby back ribs, like all of that. Oh.
All right, baby back or St. Louis?
Baby back.
Yeah. Corey, baby back, St. Louis. Okay.
Yeah.
Most people do. My buddy Mike on here loves his St. Louis ribs, and they're tremendous. Tremendous.
Do you like the? And then when I gave up pork, I was eating the beef ribs.
Oh, they're unbelievable. That's my favorite.
The beef ribs.
If you want,
if you do them right though, you can never.
There is meat butter is a term that we use often. It's meat butter. You take a bite and it literally feels like it's disintegrating in your mouth. It's so good. It is. So Mike's probably laughing. I love beef ribs It is like, think about
so many setups here. I'm not going to take it.
Think about the best pot roast you've ever had and multiply it by 100. The best pot roast you've ever had and multiply it by 100, plus you've got a lot of the rub and the love on there. That's what a beef rib is to me.
Okay.
It's the best. Absolutely the best.
Hey, shout out my dad if you're watching this. Hey, you have some of the best baby back ribs, and it kills me every time we have family get-togethers and I can't have just a bite of them. And for a minute, when I initially went vegan, they were like, "You're not really vegan. You can have." I'm like, "No, I really am." Like or vegetarian. Like you, because sometimes I go back and forth. Like I might get cheese on my sandwich. You know, I'm like, "Come on now." Like give me time. I'll get there. You know, I'll get cheese on my sandwich sometimes. Do you ever do that sometimes, or you just you 100?
I went cold turkey.
You went cold turkey?
Right away, yeah.
So
when did it start for you? How old were you?
About 2 years ago, I went abroad to Germany, and they're so much better about being like sustainable and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, when I'm abroad, like I'm going vegan because it's gonna be easier there than it would be here.
Yeah.
So by the time I got back, I was like fully transitioned and fine.
You know,
Corey, you had the look on your face just a second ago, like something just came up. Like you should have seen Corey. He was like, he was saying, "Did something just come up that we need to be aware of?"
Well, it's okay. Have you guys seen the picture with James Harden at the strip club? He was at a strip club, and they were saying that he violated the NBA's COVID protocols.
Okay.
It just came out breaking news that John Wall, Boogie Cousins, and more Rockets players will miss the season opener tonight due to COVID-19. Tracy. So I'm like, ooh, it's a bad look for him right now.
It is, especially everything that's going on with them in the media. But that's the thing, when it's like when you get on the radar, like on the other side of the radar, they start pulling everything out on you.
Yeah.
And it to affect your character. Cause like before this happened, and like this never came out. I'm pretty sure he was doing this before, but it never came out. But now that, you know, they're not seeing eye to eye, and he wants out, and then now, okay, you want out? All right, let him have it. Put him in the media. You know, and so now it's not a good look. Like I said, these are different times.
Horrible. Gosh. Horrible.
That's
You're
what
right.
I'm worried about, the optics.
Yeah.
I know the media sometimes does the stuff that you're talking about, but the optics for him look real bad.
Yeah, it looked bad. It looked bad all around. But like, I'm pretty sure he was doing this before.
All right, Joique, you ready? Andy said east side of Metro Detroit needs a good barbecue food truck. Let's go. You ready to open one?
Oh yeah.
I'll do all the cooking.
You do all the cooking?
Mike and I'll do all the cooking.
Okay. Am I working the register?
Yeah. Is that cool?
Yeah.
You're going to bring everybody in. Who's kidding who?
Huh?
You're going to bring everybody in. I want to talk to Joique. Oh, I'll have a side of ribs too.
Side of ribs.
Then the food will bring them back. All right, listen, you know what we need you to do right now? Do me a favor. If you're watching right now, Christmas is magical, by the way. That's out. I'm not going to. Somebody just walked in one of those ugly Christmas sweaters.
Oh, goodness.
And it's ugly. No. But the message on it is Christmas is magical. I couldn't agree with you more.
For sure.
Well done. Well done.
For sure.
So here's the thing. In the next probably 30 seconds, can you just type your name if you're watching right now? We're going to do it let's do it off of Facebook Live today.
Okay.
Just type your name on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you for a number between 1 and 5. And when you tell me the number between 1 and 5, whoever the number is on this list is going to win a $100 gift certificate to Arkin's Barbecue, okay?
I like it.
So just type your name on there. Just say hi. You don't have to type your name. Just say hi. And when we see your name pop up, all right, cool. So coming down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Joique, give me a number between 1 and 5.
2.
Number 2. Congratulations to Sean Stevens. Sean is the second person on here. Can we get a close up of that? Sean is the second name listed on there. And Sean, you have won a $100 gift certificate to our friends from Arkin's Barbecue in Southfield. We will be getting a hold of you. It will probably be Kennedy. We'll be getting a hold of you and letting you know how to pick up that $100 gift certificate. But for the rest of you, here we were just talking about barbecue and all the things that an amateur like me is going to do the next couple days, and I got a lot to do. go see the professionals at Arkins. And we say it all the time, support the people that support us.
For
and
sure.
we are big time appreciative of the great people at Arkins.
Appreciate you guys. Let's pivot.
Hold on a second. Does Stick have something for us?
Yeah, well, come here.
Come on up. Come on up. This was the sweater I was talking about,
And
too,
this
right?
is Jenna from last week that you guys wanted to have.
Oh,
on the show.
Jenna, yeah.
And she came back just to say hi to you guys.
Jenna, come on up.
Yeah.
I need a mask. But for sure.
Jenna, you're the best ever.
Jenna!
Don't
she
let
can't.
Stick fool you either. I brought in treats for everyone. I did some chocolate covered pretzels.
Seriously.
cookies.
Oh, my goodness.
So don't let them hog it.
You are so sweet.
Chrissy's got her own little box so no one can take her stuff either.
Aww.
Well, we told you that we were going to have you come on because we didn't get a chance to do it last week. You were so sweet to bring down things last week. We really appreciate that.
It's so weird in here without everything.
I know, right?
Room to walk.
I can.
You guys got a dance
You got room
You
to
can
walk.
walk, right? I know. Isn't that
We
amazing?
can definitely
how it
have a
works
dance
out?
party. Bring my daughter in here. We can dance right here in the middle on this. On this.
You know
big-
what you know what? You're always so positive and cool on social media as well. I appreciate that because I try to be a positive and cool person myself, and there's too much
positive
negativity in this world today. Let's be perfectly honest, and so you try to be positive with people, right?
Yeah. So where did you drive in from?
I drove in from work in Warren, but I
Oh.
live in Sterling Heights.
Okay, well, good deal,
So
man.
I pass around here about 10 times trying to find a parking space.
And so for people who don't know who Jenna is, but she's probably one of our most loyal watchers. She's on every day. We love having her. Great energy. We told her to stop by whenever she wants, and she surprised us today by stopping in. We love our people over here.
Well, you know what? We wanted to talk to her last week. Remember when she brought in the toys, but there were too many moving parts. So she said, I would have loved to talk with you guys. Well, we're talking now. That is, to me, and I hope you take this in the right context, that is the ugliest Christmas sweater, but yet at the same time, the most beautiful Christmas sweater. I love the Christmas is magical thing.
Yeah.
Where'd you pick that up?
I believe I got it at Meyer a year or two ago. When I was in last week, I had on my gangster rapper or sweatshirt. Stick loved that. I got that from Walmart in the men's section.
My question to you is this: does that shirt take batteries?
Yeah, there's a little battery pack on the side. So I can
Oh, no kidding, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's hysterical.
So how do you wash it?
Carefully. Honestly, just spot wash. I mean, I wore it like once or twice last year and just kind of made. I have to try for breeze day.
I made sure you Febreze it. Okay.
Yeah, I make sure you wear deodorant when you wear the shirt so it doesn't smell.
Yeah.
Everybody's giving you shout outs. Darren said, Jenna. Charlie said, hi, Jenna. Sean said, what up,
This
Jenna?
is the infamous Jenna right here, everybody.
We appreciate you, seriously. Thank you.
I appreciate you stopping by. Come by anytime, Gin and Juice.
And have a magical Christmas, too. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry
Thank
Christmas.
you.
Happy holidays
Give it
to
up
you.
for Jenna. We appreciate it greatly. I can't wait to see what snacks she brought in as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So, outstanding.
Oh,
Thank you, Jenna.
You just drop it, Jenna.
Thank you very
It's
much.
good to see you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Absolutely. Thank you.
No, all back to the Lions.
All right, let's
Well,
do that.
real quick, we got a guest for you.
Oh, yeah?
We have a guest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's get him up.
All right, guest.
I think we need our headphones. Do we need our headphones?
Yeah, we probably do need our headphones. I don't have my headphones on right now, so that's shame on me.
Shame on me.
Let me find. You got yours on you? I can't. Let me see where mine are. I'll look for them right now. You got poor guests just sitting there going, "These guys are morons."
These guys are morons.
Do you know where mine are? You got them over there
We
anywhere?
threw them away. We threw them away.
I left them out there. Joique, tell everybody who we got as the guest. I wish I had my earbuds. I didn't know that we were having a guest today. My apologies for that. Are they over there? You got my earbuds over there? I'll give you headphones. Thank you. I'd appreciate it. Oh, the headphones.
right
I just
now,
grabbed the
y'all.
headphones right there. You mean the ones that say Sean?
The ones that say Sean?
Is that mine right there? Thank you. Who do we got? Who do we got, Adam?
Armand, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. I like you with the D hat on.
Yeah, I got my Detroit.
Always repping Detroit, man.
So, Joique, who do we got here?
Today we have actually one of my college teammates, good friend, business owner of Jabs Gym, right in Eastern Market. Armand, what's up, my guy?
What's up, JB? How you feeling?
I feel great. I feel great. So for the viewers and the watchers right now, we have this thing on Wednesday. We call it What Up Though Wednesdays, where we focus on local businesses around the Detroit metro area, get them some more pub, especially in this time. So Ahmad and I played football together at Wayne State, actually. Played there for a couple years. He went on to do his business ventures. I went on to play in the NFL for a little while, but we always kept in contact through my time in the NFL. When I came back to Detroit, he opened up a gym called Jabs Gym right in downtown Eastern Market. Ahmad, do you want to tap into what I'm talking about your business and kind of, promote yourself a little bit?
No, I actually want to just clear up a small story. The NFL actually called me first, and then I was like, no, I'm busy, and then they called it. They decided to take Joique instead as my replacement. So actually, I was the first call.
That's actually what happened. It's true. It's real story.
So tell us about your business, man. Where is it located? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, so we're the number one cardio kickboxing gym in Metro Detroit. Jabs Gym Eastern Market. It's a class of 7 days a week, and it's boxing for all, right? Boxing for everybody. So no matter what your fitness level is, we have exciting boxing and cross training classes. That are kind of dedicated and designed after my two passions, which is boxing and football. So.
Okay, good deal. Question: with everything that's going on now, how did you have to pivot your business model to kind of meet the requirements of the state during this pandemic?
Yeah, so generally we have classes that are about 40 people strong per class. Now we have math requirements. We can't actually even have a class right now. So now it's on individual training. So that cuts out 90% of my staff, and it's definitely been a very interesting pivot. I mean, no one could see this coming. Initially, in the beginning of the pandemic, it was only supposed to be a 21-day stay-at-home order, right? And that turned into 6 months, and now we're at 8 or 9 months being closed down. So it's certainly a very interesting time. We're going to virtual now and just hoping for the best, hoping the vaccine gets out fast and we can resume as usual.
Okay, sounds great. I'm gonna tell you this though. Once you do, everything gets back to normal and we're able to come in. I'm gonna bring Sean in, man, for a little.
Count me in.
If you look at our, listen, my guy. If you look at our intro video when we kind of take the little boxing stands in the middle, he needs some help with his boxing stance. I'm pretty sure he's gonna need some help with some punches. You can take your mask off now too.
I can do that. Thank you.
Yeah, you can take your mask off now. So
Sean can come under one condition.
Yeah.
Sean can come under one condition. He has to bring a plate of that beef brisket that he talked about.
Count it. Me and P-Dubs will come down there, all right? We'll get Coach Winters down there. Me and Coach Winters, right?
Sounds good. So real quick, Ahmad, shout out your Instagram and your Facebook, your Twitter, your business, your website, everything about where they can find out more information about Jabs Gym.
Yeah, certainly. You can visit us at jabsgym.com, Jabs gym.com. And we're also on Instagram at Jabs Gym EM, Jabs Gym Eastern Market. And they just do a basic Google search of Jabs Gym Eastern Market. All of our social handles will pop up. And, we hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, though. When I finished playing, I didn't really like going to gym. I took like a whole year off, right?
Mm-hmm.
I took a whole year off. And when I started to get back into it, I didn't want to go the traditional route of, weightlifting. So I signed up for his class at his gym, and I was going there every morning, 7 o'clock group, and we'll have about 25 to 30 people in every session. And they were coming in loyally, and I liked this program there, and I think it was perfect for me coming out, and I didn't want to get back into the heavy lifting, putting all that extra pressure on my knees. And so I really enjoyed it, man. Appreciate you stopping by, man.
Check them out, man. Jabs is the place, and Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, we'll see you. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. What Up Doe Wednesday?
What Up Doe Wednesday?
I like that. Yeah, Jabs, right?
Jabs Gym.
I'm going to look that up.
Check him
I'll
out.
come down there with you for real.
For
I'm
real.
Totally into it. Totally into it because as you get older, the wear and tear adds up, and as you said, I mean, with me, it's all about. I just want to protect my knee. I don't want to go through that again, man.
No,
I
you don't.
I don't want to go through that again.
So I tell you this, though, I'll be down there actually when I leave the gym today.
Yeah.
Before I come back tonight, I'm going to Jab's Gym to get my workout in, and then I'm going
And then
home.
you're gonna be back here.
Yeah. I'll be
8
back here
o'clock.
tonight. 8
Make
o'clock
sure
tonight.
you check that out. No
Make sure
doubt.
You guys want to get into the lines real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And so, despite the season that we're having, and how much I have to say about TJ, which people think that I don't like TJ Hawkinson as a tight end. And I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I like him as a tight end. I just feel like he needs to make more plays when it comes to big time moments in the game, right? And he does it. We just need to have it done more consistently. So, but with that being said, the Detroit Lions, we have 3 Pro Bowlers going into the Pro Bowl this upcoming year. We have Hawkinson, we have Frank Ragnow, and then we also have Jack Fox.
I think Frank's the best center in football. I have no problem saying that. I really do. The best. Not one of the best. I think he's the best in football. I really do.
I like him. I like him a lot.
I'll piggyback on what you said, and I've been talking up TJ all year. If people listen to the broadcast on the radio, I've been talking up TJ all year. There's another level there. There's still a ceiling there, and I want to see him hit that ceiling.
He is.
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that.
Yeah, it's not. He's a good tight end. I'm not going to say great, but he's a good tight end. He had a really good year when it comes to stats. But when you watch the games, in certain plays of the game, the games I've watched, I just need to see that his play to be more consistent in big time parts of the game. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. We got to get out of here. Hey, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Really appreciate it. Kennedy, everybody here, Merry Christmas to you guys. Most importantly, Merry Christmas to you out there. Enjoy this blessed time with your family. Be safe. Be kind to one another. Let's carry that Christmas spirit all year round in 2021, huh? Go ahead and call me cheesy, but I believe that. Easiest thing in the world is to be nice to people. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
What up?